Hi, welcome back to my channel. So I thought I'd do a sketchbook tour for this video. This is the Etchr Sketchbook. I think it was A4 size, A4, and it's obviously landscape, but obviously you can use it landscape or portrait. And yeah, it's not the cheapest sketchbook and it doesn't lie flat. I think that was a downside. Or does it lie flat? It kind of lie flat. You have to really push it. But yeah, I do like the Etchr sketchbooks. They're just a bit more expensive. I can't remember exactly how much it was, to be honest. It doesn't have like really texture paper, but it's a very thick quality paper. Lovely for mixed media work, using watercolours, inks, things like that, which I'll show you as we go. So first up was a mixed media abstract piece. Just I was messing around with various things. I think it was like acrylic, fluid acrylic in the background. I think these were oil sticks, so not oil pastels. I think they were the oil sticks, and in the front, various pieces. So that was just like an abstract one, which I was messing around with, and that was another one. I love this shade of like green gold. I went through a big stage of using that along with like Payne's grey. I think they work really well together, and I do use it later on in the sketchbook for seascapes. But yeah, this is just another abstract piece. Don't like this. Just don't like this at all. I don't even know what I was messing around with, little white houses, using marker pens. I bought these marker pens. I'm just going to get one. They are the Liquitex marker pens. And I just haven't found my way of using them yet. It might be that I've not got the right size or the right colours. I'm not keen on. So I was trying to use it to put down a background, which just didn't work very well. I don't like it, basically. Not keen on that. Elements of this that I love. I love these little blotches here, and I love these like dark shades with the light. So it was just another abstract piece using the fluid, I think it was fluid acrylic from Golden. And that was the same. I like seeing how colours blend together. So yeah, I was happy with. So that's mainly abstract. And then I move into some seascape work. So this was what's the name of the ink called? I can't remember the name of the ink. Anyway, this was ink. No, it's not a light fast ink, so it's just for using in sketch. I can't remember. Diamine. Is it diamine? Diamine. Yeah, diamine ink. Yeah, I love that. I love this, how that shade's gone there. And this here, it almost looks like a bleach effect. It's not bleach, it's just the ink, the way the ink's gone and separated. But I love that. And I love this here. And the sand. So yeah, there's things of that I really love. And did another one. This sort of I was didn't go wrong, but like the sea, this ink blended into here, but I thought, oh, it actually works in like little rock pools. So I like that. And then the texture for the sea against the sand and the waves. Wasn't keen on this bit here, but again, I can't remember which ink this was. Well, it was the diamine ink, but I can't remember what shade it was. But I just love how it sort of does this sort of bleach effect, but it separates out and you get these pinks and blues purpley shade. It's gorgeous. And this was a sketch of a photo that I took when we were staying in Northumberland. This is, I think it's Bamborough, yeah, Bamborough, looking over to the Farne, and you could see the Farne Islands. And it was a very clear day. It wasn't as cloudy as this looks here, but it was a very clear. You could see the Farne Islands. It was just absolutely gorgeous, and there was some wave, like little slight waves, and it was very, very, this was like a summer day. It was gorgeous. And then we were standing in the dunes looking out over to the sea and to the Farne Islands in the distance. And I loved this colour. I think this was an Ecoline watercolour marker, and I thought it was a perfect. And Bamborough's got really gorgeous sand, very pale, and it was a perfect colour for that, to depict that. So I love this, and I love how the sea turned out as well. This is a sketch of looking out from where we used to live, looking out onto the houses. So I just did the houses directly in front, and it was a winter's day, and I'd sort of prepped this page and put this, I don't even know what this was, not even sure what this was, some sort of ink, I think, but I'm not sure. And I put this on the page, and I was like, oh, what on earth am I going to use that for? Anyway, I found this picture. I was looking through my phone, because I've got a folder, an album, picture album on my phone, where I've started to put photos of things that I want to draw. Anyway, I found this in my phone and thought, oh, I'll draw this on here. And it was winter, and the picture, I think must have been at dusk, so it did have all of this like neon luminosity to it, which is why I've used this neon pencil to sketch and then add in the detail. I really do love this. Really do love this sketch. It's very I was just messing about there with what was I using? One of these, I don't know which one it was. I think it might have been the yellow one. These multicolored pencils. So I was messing about with them. I thought I'd draw some flowers and then put some centers to them. So I like that. This I was just layering up various acrylic, using a palette knife type thing. And that was that. Love the texture on that one. This was it's a National Trust house, I want to say Benningborough Hall. Yeah, I think it was Benningborough Hall. It's in Yorkshire. This was as a photo that I took. Again, it was I put down this background, so the colour's not right on the sky really, or the grass, but I've just sort of utilised it best I could. I quite like, I didn't quite get the perspective right round here, but I like my attempt of it. I like the colours that I picked for this, and yeah, I like my attempt of it, shall we say. I'm trying to draw more things from photos. I want to do more sketches in like plein air sketches, but the confidence to do it, or carrying the right stuff around. So to do it, like taking the right bits with you to do it. So at the moment, I'm just sort of going off photos. This was Saltburn by the sea. Again, in summer. Not overly 100% keen on this. Quite like that. this bit here, but yeah, there's room for improvement. I'm not sure if I like the colour of the sea, but yeah, that's Saltburn by the Sea. And then these, I love where these went. So I did these portrait, and these are like rock pool seascape sketches, and this was the first one that I did using like different inks at the top, like red and blues for like a stormy sunsetty sky, or red sky at night over the sea. And then these like textured rock pools covered in seaweed, like green seaweed. So that was the first one I did, and then I just sort of got really inspired by that, so I did quite a lot of these. So like a really dark sea with waves going on, and then like seaweed rock pools. I think this is Payne's Grey, potentially Payne's Grey. Yeah, I love the way that like this colour goes against like a dark blue shade, and these are all various mixed media over the top of like ink. I think they're mainly ink backgrounds. I love how the sands looks on these as well. This is one of my favourites. I used this tape to tape off a border, and I love how that's turned out, and I love the sand and the texture in the sky. I think that was using watercolour. So again, the paper's not overly textured, it's really thick quality paper, but it's not that textured. It's not textured at all really. It's got a very, very slight texture to it. So watercolour, it does work quite well. It works better in here than it does in this, which is a very thin, almost feels like cartridge paper. So you do get a nice texture to it. I think this was watercolour as the base. And watercolour, obviously it's gorgeous, but you don't get that depth of colour that I got with, like, say, the Payne's Grey acrylic ink. But I think that's because that wasn't a Payne's Grey. I can't remember which watercolour it was, but it wasn't as deep as a Payne's Grey. And then I was messing around with this, like, rain on the seascape. I think I prefer, like, this bit down of this. I'm not as keen on that bit. Don't really like how I did the rain there. So, like, I like this bit of this sketch. This I'm not keen on really at all. I sort of like the textures and the marks. This again was from a photo from Bamborough, which is in Northumberland, and it was going through the sand dunes to the beach, and I haven't got the right colour for the sea, so it's more like turquoisey green than it was. This is not too bad. When I look back at it, I didn't like it when I initially did it, but when I look back, I think I like the sand dunes, but I'm not keen on this bit. So if I could change that bit, potentially in the sky, or maybe just the sea. But I do quite like how this has worked. I love the texture of, you know, sand dunes with the grass coming out. So yeah, there's elements of that I like. I like looking back on things because initially I wasn't keen on this. I think I showed a reel of it on Instagram. And I probably, yeah, I did show it, but I wasn't keen. I do quite like this. I got thinking about snow on the beach and having a really blustery, wintry beach sketch. So I got down that path and love the sea around here. And even I'm not as keen on the like way I've done that, but I like the atmosphere of it. I think that's what it is. I like the atmosphere. I like the dark sea. I love the like, you know, the storm clouds, but then you've got these snow coming down and snow laid on the beach, and then like blustery waves. So I feel, when I look at this, I feel like the cold coming off it. That's what I like. And then I've got this one here, which I'm not as keen on. This was just playing around with acrylic, trying to get some texture. Again, getting that snow vibe, snowy beach vibe. And then this was, I think this was just a sketch I was doing of, you know, like, I don't think it was from a photo. Potentially was from a photo, but I can't remember where from. But I like the texture that I got here. So this was acrylic base, put on with like a palette knife, with extra texture added on the top with various mixed media on top and pencil to get the rocks in, coming out into the sea. And again, got that winter vibe. And then at the back I've just got some monoprint bits pushed in the back. But yeah, that's this sketchbook. I do like the sketchbook. I haven't bought another one yet, but it's definitely one that I would rebuy. Like I say, they're not the cheapest and they come in a lovely box. I have had a smaller one. I think I had an A5 one. Think I'd probably go more for the A4 one. You know, you can end up pushing it flat if you wanted to, but it's, you know, it's visible that it's not, so I just tend to work on this one side. If you like to work across the page, probably better getting one that lies flat or flatter, you know, like this one here, for example. You see how you could work right across the page in this one, but because of the way it's bound, the card paper is bound, you could work right across this page. Whereas this one, you still could, but it's not a downside. It's just an observation. I like how with sketchbooks I use them either landscape or I will move to like a portrait. So I'm not too fussed and I'll use that. Anyway, I hope you like the video and I'll see you soon.